What's up, guys? Morning of the Discipline Through Adversity Mastermind. Last night was a hit. The social mixer, the networking opportunity was wonderful. Had a room full of people that are craving for just a little bit more out of life, some great conversations, and some connections and new relationships built. So we're excited about that because it builds the momentum and leading into today.
The idea behind what this event is if you really want to learn and grow, you need to invest time and money and energy. And guess what? In the middle of Wyoming, Cody, Wyoming, that means you got to make the drive. But understand this, the more you invest in yourself, the more time, money, and energy you do, the better you become.
I used to have this preconceived notion of like, do I really need to pay to go to this thing, right? And what I've realized is when you pay to be in a room, really good things happen because everyone else also paid to be in that room. So you're attracting a higher caliber of human, and I tend to meet the best friends, the best collaboration partners, the best referrals come from those rooms that I pay to be in. And it's just been one of those things that I hands down always see an ROI on, whether that's time, energy, money, all of it.
Events like this are really great because everybody's looking to be inspired and motivated, and at this event you're going to be able to listen to multiple people's stories, and you really kind of get little bits and pieces from each of those stories and walk away from that and be inspired.
I think the content of this weekend, more than anything else, is what makes me super excited because I truly believe that speaking to adversity and how to endure struggle is one of the reasons God put me on this planet. So I feel super excited to be part of this weekend, extra excited to be doing it with Luke and several people that I just adore.
As a business owner, I really wanted to come to this event to, one, network, but also just learn what these fantastic speakers have to say about just finding your better you and trying to build the best version of yourself. I have never seen another business put on an event like this or a mastermind like this, so I think this is potentially a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I just didn't want to miss.
I hope people attending this event can use something to further their own lives. Our goal is to touch as many people as possible, help them have better relationships, better careers, better family life, whatever that looks like for you. So my advice is while you're sitting there, take notes. If something stings, maybe that's something that you need to invest in and work on. So don't be afraid of hearing things and being open to every possibility. Act and listen like you don't know anything about what they're going to say. So just listen and try to take things from it and apply it to your daily lives.
Ended up having traumatic brain injury, crashed at about 115 miles an hour in Switzerland. Thought I killed my brakeman. He was from Monaco. I just needed a qualifying time and he was nice enough to hop on my sled. I thought I killed him and ended up actually with a pretty bad TBI. And so I flew back, thought I was fine, and then I couldn't read or write for about 2 weeks. And so through that, I already knew maybe this wasn't the sport for me because that's actually very commonplace in bobsled. I would like to remember my kids' names should I have them one day.
Most people in society live to the standard of that society sets, instead of living to the standard that you set for yourself. You know, we're taught to be, don't be crazy, be reasonable, don't be loud, be humble, don't be dangerous, be safe, be balanced. Are you living to your standard or the standard? Because there's actually a really big difference between both of them.
Everything that God has given you in your mind and in your heart, you are fully capable of accomplishing. That's an absolute truth. Now, most of you are not there because of the dictated truth that you've given yourself by the most powerful tool you have in your mind. You have sufficed or pacified yourself by saying, I know I could probably have it, but I just don't have enough money. I'm just too busy. I'm not smart enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not powerful enough. So if the absolute truth is you can have anything that you set out, what stops you? It's a story that you tell yourself.
You're a person who does a lot of internal thinking, but doesn't share enough with how you're feeling. And that affects your leadership skills. That affects how you communicate with your team. Because you're dealing with so much and you're an introspective person was the word, that a lot of times you miss out on opportunities to be a better leader because nobody knows what you're thinking. What's one thing that I do that strengthens our relationship? What's one thing that I do that strengthens our relationship? And then the second question I've got for you is, what's something I might not see about myself? What's something I might not see about myself? And as you're getting this feedback, at least in my mind, like when they gave me that piece of feedback on the show, my first reaction was to be like, yeah, but. So when you get this feedback, take a moment to reflect on it before responding to it.
Yeah, who are you? Like, I don't even know you anymore, right? So when I talk about a brand, and one of the reasons I'm going to hammer on this is because a brand is trust. The more you see a brand consistently, the more you see the Starbucks logo, you're like, I've seen that before. Every single brand out there ideally has this. So you have a brand book, it has your core identity, it has your visual identity, it has your messaging guidelines. We use Harley Davidson, right? So you have your visual identity, your logo. We all know what the Harley logo looks like. We all know what colors they are, right? It's orange and black, right? We know whenever they do anything, it's just like, oh yeah, more orange and black, I recognize it. We know what the dealership looks like. We know their photography style, who's going to be in their photography, who they represent, what models they choose, what design elements, everything. We know what that brand looks like visually. We also know what that brand sounds like.
Thank you for being here again. I appreciate you guys being here. And I hope that you've already found a lot of value out of the messages that are being shared. And you've probably noticed that there's some similarities and there's some trends on these messages. And that will continue with what we have left. I'm going to share with you some themes, some concepts, and some ideas that I've come across through my adversity. I'll probably share those themes, ideas, and concepts more so than maybe the exact experiences, so that hopefully we can get right to the nuts and bolts of things that are maybe applicable for you to apply into your own life. The message that I have for you today is a message that has been on my heart and on my mind for several years. And that message is a simple invitation to build the better you. Now, I believe that by divine intervention, our Creator put inside each and every one of us a seed of maximum potential. Every single one of us. I believe that to my core. Now, there that gift, there that seed will sit unless you choose to do something about it. So I'm finding that on my trips around the sun, that there's a very small percentage of people that recognize that they've got that maximum potential inside of them. There's even a smaller potential of people that go looking for it and go digging for it. And even a smaller percentage of people that find it, nurture it, and build it into something beautiful. My friends, I am digging very hard to find mine. I don't know if I've found it yet, but I'm leaning into the things and the version of myself that I need to be to find it. And hopefully I do, and hopefully I can nurture that and build it into something beautiful.
I decided to kind of take control of my life and show up for myself. And at the time, I had a lot of anxiety. Like, that's very anxious to grow up singing, and that's what people expected you to do. My parents had poured their heart and soul into it, their money, they've invested into us. And we've made a ton of money, and they put a ton of money towards it, and it was just like what I was expected to do. But I wasn't happy, and I'm like, something's got to change. There's more for me. I don't want to be famous and be this person. I love to sing. I don't care about the fame, but I don't want that lifestyle of not being able to be home, not being able to have a family. So this is the point where I started to show up for myself, and I said, I'm going to go to hair school. I've always loved hair. I've always loved the beauty industry. I love talking to people. It's still kind of that realm of creativity. And so that was my first version of myself of, I'm going to take control and show up for myself. And it was hard because you don't want to disappoint others. I'm like a peacemaker by nature. So I don't like to cause ruffles. I don't like contention. So I'm like, I will do anything to not have a fight. It's always going to come back down to, what do I need to do? What are my things I need to do to fill my own cup so I can show up for everybody in my life? So the hope today, again, break down your life, figure out the categories that you want. It looks different for everybody. Maybe it's just 2 or 3 things. But if you can just shift the needle just a smidge to better yourself, the trajectory of where that's going to land is incredible. Like the possibilities are endless. So that's kind of what I had thought about to talk to you guys today. I hope that all the speakers bring you something to resonate with. So yeah, thank you.
That was the first workshop I've been to like that. So pretty awesome as far as giving you a lot of things to think about, great tools. You know, I've never been a part of a mastermind before. And now I'm thinking I need a coach. Honestly, totally different than what I expected. I kind of just thought it would just be kind of the positive bullshit, like, you know, positive affirmations. This was real. I mean, this hit home in a lot of ways. Kind of how Luke said in the beginning, some of these things kind of drill you in the heart, slap you in the face a little bit.
I feel like it's going to take me at least a week to process all the information that I heard, because I wanted to get every single bit of it. I haven't felt this inundated with positive information probably in my entire life.
What a weekend. We have just wrapped up the Discipline Through Adversity Mastermind here in Cody, Wyoming. Incredible lineup of speakers. My brain is swirling with all the information that I heard today, all the incredible messages. And maybe the question for you, if you didn't come to this or you've never been to a mastermind, maybe don't understand it completely, or asking the question, why should I attend? Here's the why. There's so much potential inside each and every one of us that we're not accessing. And intentionally investing into ourselves and getting inside rooms like we just had this weekend is priceless. It gives you the opportunity for growth, to take an inventory on your life, to look in the mirror, and take advantage of the maximum potential that exists inside each and every one of us. This weekend was magical for me. As a patron of many masterminds, it's a wonderful experience, and being a host is a whole new one for me. So I'm feeling blessed, feeling excited, and grateful for everyone that was here, all the speakers, and if you weren't here, catch the next one.